Hello, and welcome to Who Are You? This is a reasonably well done sci-fi watchcast hosted by two former strangers, now friends, who are currently watching 2004's Battlestar Galactica. I'm Xhafer,
And I'm Laura.
and I have no idea where that voice came from just now.
You made it like super chill. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's a super chill kind of evening. We've made reference to the time that we record
mhm,
impacts the pot a lot. Like the different flavors of Who Are You have a lot to do with what time we get together. And
for
this is
sure, for
a
sure.
9:30 sipping CBD tea affair you're getting right now.
Oh, I need to get more of that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you should. Harney and Sons.
Theirs is really good.
I like
Yeah.
the chill, the chamomile with a hint of mint.
I think that's the one we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you bought the one that I sent you the link for, then if I'm assuming I sent you a link because I will send this link to anyone who inquires about.
I think Aaron like bought it himself, but I don't
Hell yeah,
remember.
same brand. Okay, we did it.
He buys a lot of Harney and Sons. If you're
Same.
just jamming on regular Harney and Sons tea, have you tried their Paris blend?
Their Paris blend is fantastic. That is my
Yes.
sister's favorite tea.
Yeah, mine too. I think so.
When we're all hanging out together at that cabin, there will be some there, I'm sure.
Oh, good. Wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron
Yes.
and my sister can geek out about Harney and Sons together. That will be fun.
We have so much Harney and Sons in our house. I have been trying to
Same.
drink more tea just to get through it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have an entire shelf in my kitchen, like it's an open shelf that is just tins of teas and coffees.
You know what's another interesting one? They have one that I think is called rose scented, which rose can be divisive for some people,
Yeah.
right? Because it is, if you overdo it, like soapy.
Yes.
But the rose scented tea, if you get that and then you get a bottle of Monin has a strawberry rose syrup,
Okay.
put those two together, like do you brew up your tea, do a couple squirts of the Monin rose. It's really good because like the strawberry rose in the syrup kind of cuts some of that rose flavor
Okay.
and just makes it a really delicious sip.
I have some rose tea, but it's not Harney's. It's Fortnum and Mason, which is the other place I'll get tea from.
Yeah, also very good. Yeah, yeah.
But I haven't bought anything from them online. It's just anytime I'm in London, I
Yeah.
go to their giant 4-story ridiculous place
Uh-huh.
because it's like an experience. It's like the biggest tea shop or whatever. It's a blast.
Did I tell you about the Christmas that my mom and I ordered a hamper from Fortnum and Mason's for my dad for Christmas? Have you heard
No.
of these hampers? It's like a big wicker chest
Hmm.
that you fill with stuff and you get to pick out all the stuff that you want. But I guess my mom saw it on All Creatures Great and Small, I think,
Okay.
that one of the, regular clientele of the vet on All Creatures Great and Small would give him a Fortnum and Mason's hamper every Christmas. And so she ordered one for my dad. It was pricey, but it was really fun. There was some cool stuff in
They're
there.
pricey, but it is cool. It's a really cool store. If you are in London and you are going to spend some time in the Piccadilly area, that is definitely I would say go
Must
to
do.
Fortnum and Mason over Harrods, which is the other big thing that
Yeah, the other
people.
one that we know about, right?
Yeah, I would say Fortnum and Mason is 100% worth it over Harrods, unless you're there at Christmas.
Uh huh.
Like one Piccadilly around Christmas is just gorgeous, but Harrods at Christmas is a whole other experience. It's a fucking nightmare. It's ass to ass people, but it's a really cool experience.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. But Tea Talk. Yeah.
Yeah, this has been TCast.
That has no tie-in to our episode.
No, I was like, wow, he brought some really chill energy to this not chill episode.
I don't know how to tell you this. I don't think there's a chill episode of Battlestar Galactica in the tank past this point.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
There's got
Like,
to be one. I'm forgetting
it's
an
like
episode.
wall to wall craziness. in
Yeah.
here. And I was looking at the episode numbers. This is only season 2, episode 6.
Yes.
And we were talking the 20 plus episode seasons. So
Yes.
like we got a lot of crazy coming.
Yeah. Yeah, these are old school 20 plus episode seasons.
Yeah.
Ugh.
This much drama gets packed into like a 10 episode season these days. Like
I that would be exhausting to cram this into 10 episodes. I would not like this show. I would think it's too busy. It's not too busy, but if I think one more thing happened in an episode, I might be upset about it. I might be like, we've crossed the line. It tiptoes up to being too busy, but never crosses.
I mean, what I'm saying is that like we would have episodes this dramatic in just a 10 episode season these days.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Not that we would try to cram the 20 pounds of episode into a 5-pound bag. No, like it's people are doing this now, but they're doing it with less stuff. And it's like very impressive that we're sustaining this momentum for twice as many episodes.
It was a real concern when they moved up from 10 to 20. I read about it in the book about the making of it. It's one of the one of the talking points for a minute where they're concerned about the ability to keep the dramatic pace of season 1 through future seasons after they increase the episode order per season. Mm-hmm. But they did it.
Yeah.
They fucking did it.
I would be worried too. Like there's a lot going on, guys.
Yeah.
So much so that our opener for season 2, episode 6, Home Part 1, is a very dramatic last time on.
It is quite the dramatic last time on. More dramatic than any episode of Last Time On I've recorded. And when we come back from that last time on, it's the ships have jumped away, and Adama's asking about what we lost, and Dee's all like, this many people from this colony, this many people from this colony. He's all like, no. I don't give a fuck about those traitors. What material did we lose?
Yes. Duala she uses the word souls too, not people. Like she's feeling it deeply what has happened here. And Adama is like, whatever. I don't care about them. I care about the stuff that I needed to get the rest of these people somewhere safely.
Yeah. The mining ship is the big sticking point here.
Mining ship is a big sticking point. And then Ty also throws in a little bit of stuff of like, also morale's in the toilet. Like,
yeah. Families are broken apart, and Adama stops, turns, stares right into the camera, as he will do another 2 or 3 times this episode when someone brings up families being torn apart.
Yeah. Boy.
We cut over to the quorum, the collected captains, maybe the president's posse, maybe the religious representatives, the Democratic delegate, the resistance rulers, the polytheistic premiers, perhaps, the Holy Head's estate, the pious panel, the conclave convocation, the spiritual suits, the faithful forum, the devout directors, maybe? I'm not really quite sure what to call these people.
Yeah, I only recognize a couple of them. Like, obviously, Alocia's there.
Yeah.
And I do recognize, I believe, the lady from Geminon.
Yeah.
That was one of the quorum. But it's not all the quorum, right?
It's not. I mean, Zarek's goon is there. Lee is there.
Uh-huh.
So, not all quorum folk. Anyways, they immediately question Lee's loyalty. They briefly question fighting Galactica.
Yeah.
Which is just like, that's fucking dumb, y'all.
Isn't that Zarek's idea? He's like, let's arm everybody, and if Galactica comes at us, we just shoot them. And then Lee reminds them that, like, Galactica is the warship. None of these other ships are warships. I don't care how well you try to fucking arm them. They're not warships, and they won't be warships.
We've seen Galactica withstand nukes.
Right.
And it's just like, how many of those you got floating around the fleet? None? Just checking.
Yeah. Well, and even like the other ships that have weapons, okay, yeah, maybe in the 70, 80, 90 days, whatever it's been at this point, we've tried to retrofit some stuff, retrofit never works as well.
Yeah. Well, also, like, it's not like you can just plug a gun into a ship. Specifically in this universe, they're not networked computers. So then you need a computer that does targeting. So now you're writing code.
And you probably need like a person there to do quick stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if your computers are networked together, then like a person needs to enter some stuff in sometimes to make it do the thing correctly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a
anyways,
stupid idea.
It's very stupid and dismissed quicker than us. We talked about it longer than they did.
True.
Which it happens.
They do argue about how long they should wait for Starbees because you know that's a thing that Rosalind knows and has told others is like I sent her for this.
Yeah, they have DoorDash open on their phone and they keep seeing the order get delayed and delayed and delayed and there's no status from the driver and they're just all like, I just wanted to kick over so I can get my refund and reorder or order something else right now. You know, and it's just like, and then when they least expect it, an unknown ship rolls up. Starbuck manages to get some comms through and docks on the Astral Queen. She's wearing a Buccaneers jersey. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh, I thought, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like a rash guard, like when you're going surfing or something.
I mean, it's the same pilot flight suit colors. But yeah, no, it's a Buccaneers gear.
Before Starbuck gets back, though, I want to call out that as they're arguing about what to do, they say, you know, we probably think there are still Cylons on the surface, right? Lee doesn't think that they're all gone.
Yeah.
They blew up like 7 of them, but there's probably more.
There's more Cylons.
And Elosha reminds them that the scriptures say that some of them are going to die on Kobol.
Yeah.
And going to Kobol always contains a blood cost, right?
Yep.
I mean, considering the experience that Lee, well, it wasn't Lee, was it? It was Gaius, really. Gaius and Cheryl and Callie had on Kobol. So they lost Crashdown, they lost Cecynus, they lost Tarn. That was the other guy. The medic made it through, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, you know, I guess Cecynus and Tarn, you could just kind of chalk that up to like, oh, it's because the Cylons were here. But like the Crashdown thing was like, we all kind of turned on each other in a way. So,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
We get Spucks on the vessel and boy. This is really interesting.
So Starbees rolls in. Lee greets her with a kiss. And she's
I wasn't
like,
even thinking about that, but it's
like,
also
"At
very
ease,
interesting.
Captain," right? Like, calm the fuck down, Lee. And she starts to talk with Rosalind real quick. And she almost has a chance to warn them what's about to happen. She's like, oh, I should probably tell you. And then Sharon pulls around the corner. And they're just like, oh, fuck.
And then it's another Capricorn style standoff, except this time all of our guns are like touching skin. Like we have something smashed into somebody's cheek. We got one in the back of the head.
Duh.
Everybody is mad. So I want to talk about this for a second.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Sharon fucking knew better than to do this.
This was dumb on Sharon's part.
This is super dumb on Sharon's part. She had to have known better. Like,
yeah,
that she is not going to be well received because if Starbuck hadn't like explained that, you know, oh, there was a boomer on our ship, then she at least knows from how Starbuck received her. But I'm pretty sure it came up that like, oh, fuck, you know, that we had a boomer. Starbuck doesn't know about the shooting. But just a second Sharon is going to make people lose their minds.
For sure.
That's enough. Forgetting that, you know, she shot Adama, that's enough.
Like,
so
Starbucks
Sharon should have stayed put till gotten.
100%. Starbucks' first order operation should have been, oh, by the way, Boomer's a Cylon, so you need to call back to Galactica and throw her in the brig now. I don't see Galactica here or whatever. We'll figure that out later. But, Adama needs to know Boomer's a Cylon yesterday. Like, because we found, and then it's like, well, how do you know? It's like, well, they'll be like, well, of course we
Here's
know.
how.
But then it's all like, well, we found one. So,
Yeah.
it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
But because she should have known better, is this just stupid or is this manipulation?
Is it stupid or is it Cylon?
Hello and welcome back to Is It Stupid or Is It Cylon? Presented by Cuisinart.
That's the question. I
That's the
forgot we
question.
had that.
It's hard to say.
Hard
And
to say.
I think I'm going to remain silent here. I think I won't get into it too much. I do think it's really, really dumb for her to walk out before Hilo. I don't think Hilo lets that happen.
Yeah.
I think you bring Hilo out with Starbuck to establish that there's multiple people on this ship.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But
This is, I was very suspicious. I was like, no. She's too smart. She knew something. So why are we playing this game? Don't like it. But we still need to go to theme and talk about survivor count.
Survivor count 47,858. This is +1 from last episode, which is Hilo.
Which is Hilo. Yep.
Yeah.
I liked that. Yeah. I liked that it's +1 for Hilo and nothing for Sharon.
Sharon's not a survivor of the genocide.
She doesn't count. Oh. So does that mean say what intel we got from Boomer before she was shot is correct, and that there are 8 Cylons in the fleet.
Okay.
Are they included in survivor count or not?
I think anyone in the flotilla is especially part of the head count right now. Like, I think if you were, so the count has stopped existing on Rosalind's board and started existing outside of the fiction, right?
Okay.
It's part of the theme song now.
Uh-huh.
And it started in universe on Rosalind's board, and that's where the initial number from the theme song comes from. So that would be everyone in the fleet, regardless of Cylon status, because they wouldn't know they were Cylons.
But when Boomer got shot and killed, or when Boomer got outed even, did survivor count drop for Boomer?
Did survivor count drop for Boomer?
I don't know. This is a hypothetical question. I'm not trying to trap anybody here.
We didn't get the count until, I want to say, episode 3 or 4, and that was after. It didn't start at the beginning of the second season.
So if one gets outed in the fleet, that's the change point I want us to analyze.
Track.
Do we see them get dropped from survivor count?
So I am watching the episode, writing down the number, right? But I am also referencing a Wikipedia entry that is very thorough about the survivor count. If I don't remember all the details or like the name of I forgot Cecynus or something, so I'm not just doing it off of memory. I am working with another source, and I'm curious what they do about it.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to solve this problem right now. I was just curious. Because like you said, it is maybe outside the fiction. So maybe the fiction just already knows and has subtracted them since it's not a Rosalind number. That's fine.
Oh, okay. There is a count for when Boomer is shot, and it does include her.
Okay, so survivor count did include Boomer.
No, she's removed at season 1, not season 2. She's removed in the episode that she's outed as a Cylon, not in the episode where she's killed.
I think that's very appropriate. I like that style. I mean, you could do whatever, but
yeah,
like we said, it's outside the fiction. So the survivor count could just know the real number of humans, and I wouldn't care. But I think it's a nice touch that they're taking them out when we find out someone's not a human.
Yeah, I'm curious about
something coming up.
I'm curious about a couple of things.
Well, Rosalind back from theme
Yeah.
diffuses everything so diplomatic.
Yeah, she does a really good job at de-escalation here. Unlike Hilo, Starbuck, and Lee, who all escalate.
Yeah, yeah. Just jamming our guns into people's faces harder.
Can I say how rude it is of both Rosalind and Hilo to not watch the show that they're on? Because they have no idea who each other are. That's how you know this is Star Trek. Because in Star Trek, they watch Star Trek. Like, canonically, we see characters watching episodes of the show that they're on sometimes.
True, yeah.
To, like, catch up with stuff. So we know that they know what's going on at all times with all of the other characters. They don't.
Yeah. It's like they were, on two different locations through the whole first season. It's so weird.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know who you are, lady. It's like, that's the fucking president, dumbass. So good.
I love it. But we do get Lee and Hilo to agree to, like, put our guns down on 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Rosalind just immediately flips back to airlock Rosalind.
Yeah. Yeah. The Rosalind Doctrine takes effect. Cylons go out airlocks.
Sharon is dragged away, like, screaming.
Hilo is still holding his gun. He was willing
but he
to
put
shoot
it down.
Lee.
But he agreed to put it down, so he's just gonna like not go back on that, I guess.
Starbeats gets caught up on the whole Adama being shot bit very quickly. And when Rosalind sees the arrow, she delays the execution to follow up on Sharon's knowledge of the Tomb of Athena that she was shouting out as she was getting carried away.
Yeah, of course she knows where the Tomb of Athena is. Like,
Yeah.
Of course. Lee, like, very sarcastically thanks Starbuck for bringing in the trash.
Yeah. That's fucking rude.
So rude.
She did bring Hilo back, too.
Right. Which one is the trash? No, like, Lee is very, like, childish with Starbuck several times in this episode, and that is just ding, number 1. Back on Galactica, Adama is eating walnuts.
With his bare hands. Beth walked in, was all like, they've invented robot fighting machines, but not nutcrackers.
Oh, but he doesn't need one, honey.
No. No, he's, it's very masculine energy, just sitting there cracking them with his hands.
Yeah, who needs a stress ball when you can just crunch? I watch with subtitles on, as we've said many times. The crunches were subtitled. It said crunch every time he did it.
I saw that on mine too.
So he's got Ty talking about picking a new CAG.
Yeah.
Ty's got some guy, he suggests, and Adama immediately dismisses it.
As Lieutenant, now Captain, George Catman Birch. That's his call sign. They don't say it in this episode. I had to Google it.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
his call sign's Catman.
Catman.
Who's this guy is the correct response. This is not a character we've seen before.
Yeah.
And Ty is just like, why did you ask me to do the thing you've already done, dude?
Oh, yeah. I don't love this for, like, probably some future conflict between Ty and Adama.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for one thing, you totally didn't respect the choice that I had, and you'd already done it without me. So
yeah.
What's the fucking point?
What is the fucking point? Also, Catman's too green. Ty calls it out right there before any of the shit that goes down in this episode goes down.
Yeah.
And I don't like giving Sultai a lot of points, but when he's right, he's right.
Broken clock.
Yeah.
Happens twice a day. Yeah.
The press badger Adama, this pesky press getting in the way of his authoritarian military coup. Adama gives a short speech about going on without the ships that left. He doesn't answer a question twice, and when he tries to leave, he gets a good threat out on his way out the door.
Yeah. We want to love Daddy Adama. His little speech was about, family. We're a family together. We need to stay together at this time that we've been divided. And the reporter asked him specifically, like, are you going to go back and get the rest of the fleet? which
Yeah.
would be, I don't know, staying together. And that's the thing he's like not about. But somehow the word has gotten out that Earth isn't real. Yikes.
Yeah.
Do we think this is just general rumor, or do we think somebody overheard Starbuck?
Um.
Or is it Cylon?
eh, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. But plausibly it could be any of those three, right?
Yeah,
It could
for
be
sure.
just general rumor because, like,
I mean, overhearing Starbuck would be weird because this is the part of the fleet that Starbuck's not near, right?
I don't mean
from
that.
episodes ago, yeah.
Right, when she was asking Adama about it and he gave his very, like, vague, not satisfying response. Like,
Yeah.
someone could have overheard that and immediately hopped to, like, oh, not real. Or, we could just have general rumors from it's been 80-ish or whatever days and we're all tired of this bullshit. And
Yeah.
we just started talking. Or Cylons, also a thing. Any
Yep.
of the three is plausible. So, yes, he threatens jail time for that awful slander, which, like, not a great look, Daddy.
No, it is not. We stand free speech on this podcast.
We do. And Ty, like, takes him out of the press meeting and tells him, like, to calm down and, like, has his hand on his arm and stuff. And I thought that Saul Ty telling anyone to calm down was very rich.
Let's see. After this, Baltar is suspicious of everyone being a Cylon, knowing that there's 8 in the fleet here.
Yeah, he's doing a real Laura.
Really beating himself up over finding out something good.
No. I meant like how I'm suspicious that everyone's a Cylon.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Like you did find out something important. It should be celebrated. But
no, he's getting weird. I mean,
Yeah.
he was weird before, but he's getting weirder.
6BT's all like, have you tried not having anxiety? Because that's worked really well for me. And so you should try that. Just try not having anxiety.
There is something she said here. She's like saying, "You're not like them, Gaius.
Yeah.
You're better than them. You're something else." And I was like, that is groomer talk. Like, that is what groomers do to victims. Oh, you're better than other girls. You're more special. And this is something they do before they do horrible things to you.
Yeah. So mature for your age. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
God, just saying it makes me
It gives me the big ick.
The
And I'm like,
biggest
Gaius is
ick.
getting a little weird. And even when, she's saying you're not like them, he immediately goes to like, oh, am I a Cylon? I'm not
could be
human
one
either.
Of the 8.
And then she's like, no, you're just better than, like, playing to his ego and all that. And I was just like, I don't like this. I mean, I never liked this, right? But it's getting, since we did the thing on COBOL, getting weirder, more uncomfortable, not excited about where that's going.
Just wait.
Everyone keeps saying Gaius Baltar gets worse, and I feel like I'm starting to see sprinklings of something not great is coming from this very man.
Yeah. That would be correct. We'll get there. Rosalind talks to Sharon, who offers to print out MapQuest directions, but not like plug it into her GPS. She's like, look, I can help you find the way, but I can't just like tell you where to park the car.
Yeah. She gives her the whole baby business too.
Oh yeah.
I'm still not convinced. Like,
I mean, don't be.
it's
This show-
something about the way that she talks about it. The fact that it's been 80-ish days or whatever, and there's like no physical sign. We saw her throw up a few times. Okay. Like,
What day are we on?
I don't think we're getting any day count anymore.
We are somewhere between day 60 was last episode
Oh, okay.
and The next one I see is in 4 episodes, and that's day 86. So we're somewhere
Okay.
between 60 and 86. I'm going to guess probably closer to 70, just because of the time it takes to
Maybe.
get from Caprica to Cobol.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I know that those first
Jumping,
4
though? I don't
episodes
know.
did seem like a very like only a span of a couple of days. So
They were.
maybe it is closer to 60 and maybe I'm just assuming too much about how a Cylon would look physically when pregnant, but I don't know.
Colonial Day was day 48, and Resistance, which was 2 episodes ago, was day 54. So that was all within a week.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. I mean, time gets weird.
Yeah. Maybe physically I shouldn't be expecting so much from Sharon, but like something about this doesn't feel like I'm really a pregnant person. I'm not convinced.
Oh man.
But yeah, she also does tell Rosalind, like, by the way, all of us know about the tomb.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a me exclusive thing. All of the Cylons know about the tomb of Athena. So you don't have a lot of time to get there.
Yeah. Rosalind tells Sharon if she fucks up, not only is she going to be airlocked, by the way, but Hilo is going to be airlocked as well.
Yeah. Sharon seems to really care what happens to Hilo. That's something Rosalind has, like,
Yeah.
glommed onto. And she also tells Zarek and Alosha, like, yeah, she's really believing this baby thing and she really cares. And so this is how I'm going to manipulate her.
Yeah. Zarek's goon Meyer is here for all this too, and he's just all like, whoa, like maybe calm down a little. And when Zarek's goon is like taken aback by how far you're willing to go, you know you need to just tone it the fuck down.
You're maybe gooning a little harder than he is. Yeah.
Oh, for sure Rosalind's gooning much harder than him.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
nonstop gooning from Rosalind right now.
But Alosha is a little racist because she refers to Sharon as a lower demon mentioned in the scripture.
Yeah, not a great look.
So, gooning and racism going on. Cool,
Yep.
cool. Zarek is not a believer, right?
No,
He does not give two shits
No.
about any of this scripture.
it's convenient right now. Catman runs a training drill that goes awry and almost kills Cat, as Hot Dog makes a run at the same time and an asteroid gets blown up.
This is just comms problems, right? Like he should have
Yeah.
called a halt on everything till we get these comms straightened out because we can't understand each other.
Yep, live fire exercises is the wrong time to not be able to communicate.
Yeah, take those Vipers back to the barn and get Chief Tyrrell on this right now.
Yeah.
Because we can't have this. And we get a couple more things. Hilo goes to apologize to Sharon. Lee confronts Sharon.
Yeah,
He pulls his gun out, but Starbeez is nearby and stops him.
yeah.
They have another little petty fight.
She's like, hey, you can't know what happened to us. Like, we literally have not talked to you about it. You don't know what's going on. Maybe accept that you don't know everything right now.
Yeah. And importantly, why haven't you fucking asked? Like, ask. It's important to know what's going on Caprica if you brought back another Sharon and you've got this arrow. And how long did it take her? It didn't happen in a couple of days. It was at least a week.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of time that stuff happens to you in a fucking war zone.
Yeah.
Ask,
For
Lee.
sure.
And he should have been asking way before even this moment, and better than he asks in the moment when he does try to ask.
Yes. Like, holy shit, you found Hilo. What are the chances of that? Airlock this guy. But yeah, Lee, we'll get to it in a minute. The scene with Lee. Zarek and Meyer scheme to kill Lee on Cobol here so that Zarek is the obvious choice to be the fleet's new military leader. Catman fucks up again, and even Lieutenant Felix, I have yet to say a bad thing about anyone in my life, Gata, is like, dude isn't ready.
Yeah. Refueling should be one of the simpler tasks, right?
And he's on like hour 4 of a like 30-minute job right now.
Really uncomfortable for everybody. Ty is super frustrated because we know he's got great stores of patience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not good.
Yep, not good. After this, Lee takes Kara's ball. She does not like this. He does make a almost earnest attempt to be a friend for a small amount of this.
Yeah.
But this entire
is...
scene is like school children arguing almost. Like, it's so fucking awkward and weird.
It's like a brother and sister. I was like,
Yeah.
looking at this, thinking about how my children were playing with sticks out in the backyard, and my son took the stick from his little sister and then wouldn't give it back. And yeah, I was just like, man, this is so childishly.
Yeah.
And Starbuck clearly has like some trauma and some things she's not dealing with, so she's not going to act adult about this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he would lead with maturity, she would match the maturity or try to meet the maturity as best she could, but he's not. So we're just stuck in this like back and forth loop of being children about it, and nobody's actually getting to talk about what they need to talk about.
Catman's op has a collision after the commander calls to abort the mission. I just have a big ope in my notes.
Yeah, he blew it.
Sure did.
He blew it so bad, and Adama's got to send the rescue team.
Mm-hmm. Down on Cobol, we have a lot of main characters and supporting characters, plus a few randos, so we know that someone's going to help fulfill this blood prophecy. But speaking of that blood prophecy, our high priestess finds a tombstone and a landmine as some Cylons open fire.
Yeah, she said that, you know, the Sharon starts leading them up this rocky ridge, and Alosha's got her book like open reading and says, oh, there's supposed to be gravestones marking the way. And she gets excited when she finds one, like thinking, I'm going the right way, and just steps on this freaking landmine. Before that, I did want to point out that as they're getting ready to head up the ridge, Lee gives Zarek a gun. And Zarek seems kind of like surprised, like, oh. And maybe like almost a little like respect, like, oh, he doesn't completely trust me, but he's still like,
yeah, he gave me a gun.
Extending me respect. Huh. I almost see in Richard Hatch's face like a little like, huh, do I really want to do the thing in his face? Very nice touch.
During the ensuing shootout, Sharon runs away, is pursued by Lee, and overpowers him to kill the last Centurion.
Yeah, Lee is onto her the second she rushes off. They've got Sharon like, they got her kind of hogtied together a little bit. Like she can't have totally free use of her hands. But the battle bots are raining down upon them. These are the advanced model that looks down. And Lee chases her. He tackles her. She's got the big gun, the grenade launcher or whatever.
Yeah.
And
the noob
he thinks it's over, but she manages to get free from him long enough to shoot the ridge and makes him look like a complete fool.
Sure does.
This next scene.
This is when Adama is working on the model of the sailing ship. And before we talk about what happens in this scene, can we talk about why the fuck Adama would be working on the model of a sailing ship?
Can we talk about how nervous Laura was for this little ship? I'm on ship watch 2025 now. I'm waiting for Adama to break his little ships.
The line must be drawn here. This far, no farther.
Like, I was so nervous. He's got the paintbrush and he's like delicately
Yeah.
doing the thing. We all got to have hobbies. Everybody needs to de-stress, right?
This makes no sense. Like, no. So the 12 colonies have been around for 1,000, 2,000 years or something, right? Since they left Cobol, right?
Sure.
1,000, 2,000 years. They started as a spacefaring culture, right?
Yeah, but you still need ships when you get in the...
This is a wooden sailing ship. You would have had steel ships. Like, they wouldn't have had these wooden style ships since multiple thousands of years ago, and probably only on Cobol, right? You're telling me a wooden shipwright skill set survived interstellar travel and thousands of years of it barely exists now. And most wooden ships that are around are like 100. I mean, besides ones that were built recently, but like there's like 100-year-old sailing ships, and that's like it stops.
Yeah.
Right? This would be like someone having in the modern day making Stone Age ships. And you're like, well, Xhafer, hey, there's probably some fucking nerd who does that. And no, they don't. Because we don't know what they looked like. We don't know what they looked like at all. You're just making conjecture. Absolutely no evidence of these ships has survived. And the only reason we know they had sailing in the Stone Age is because we found shit where it shouldn't be. I'm talking like 4,000, 3,000 BC here. Like,
Okay. Because I was like, pretty sure there's some pretty nerdy people who've made some pretty old ships, but okay,
Yeah.
Stone Age.
I'm talking
I will concede.
pre-Phoenician, like, yeah, no, this is old. Thousands of years before the pyramids.
Yeah. Okay. I will concede that. But
That is the length of time I would assume has passed since Adama was part of a culture. Adama's culture had any kind of wooden sailing ship that would look like this.
I would posit
It's absurd.
that I will be very worried about our society when there are no longer giant nerds out there somewhere building old ships. Like,
Building old
we
ships
need-
is fine. Like,
we need giant nerds building old ships. We just do.
One of my favorite things, like every other Sunday, I sit down and watch my fucking boat building guy on YouTube. Like, I've watched this dude build a ship over 6 years and take it sailing and stuff. It's crazy. But it's like, I love that shit. Don't get me wrong. But the amount of time that has passed, he should not be doing this. I know this is the most pedantic bullshit I'm ever going to rant about on this pod, probably maybe on this pod.
Xhafer's knocking on wood. He's really hopeful that this is the worst that he gets.
I have a page of notes ranting about this ship.
I hope we see this ship again, and I hope it survives. That's all I'm saying. I am a little worried about it, especially this whole time that he's delicately painting on his little ship. He is waxing on about betrayal
and rage.
And rage. And you wonder, because we're making it clear he's not just talking to himself. He is talking to someone. And it is very drawn out who he is talking to. And then we find out it is poor Duwala.
D ended up on this duty somehow.
Oh my God. And well, she tells us that he specifically asked to talk to her.
Yeah. And she doesn't pull any punches.
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, look, you don't feel betrayal. You feel helpless. And that's normal. You were shot, but you've broken a promise now. And you're helpless in the face of breaking a promise. And you owe it to the fleet to put it back together. That you promised us that we were going to find Earth together.
Mm-hmm.
That means everyone.
Yeah. And if you leave them now, then even if you find Earth, you have failed.
Yeah.
Because you promised. And she calls him out too. She says, maybe you asked to talk to me because you thought I didn't have anything to say, but you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he was thinking, well, I'll just rant at this lower ranked person for a while and they'll walk away. And she wasn't going to just totally take it.
Nope.
So he does dismiss her rather angrily.
Yeah.
But she once again insists that we can't stay apart. Children are separated from their parents. So we can get another
Deep
angry
stare.
look in. Yeah. Stare directly at camera.
Yeah. On Cobol, Rosalind mourns Eulosha and takes her blood-stained Book of Pythia.
Yeah.
Adama heads to CIC to tell everyone to prepare to head to Cobol. To be continued.
Two things I love about this last scene.
Yeah.
Number one, did you love the Danny Boy style music that was playing as Adama walked the hallway? Like Aaron started humming Danny Boy, and I was like, God damn it, it does have a little like Danny Boy to it.
It's got to hit a Danny Boy for sure.
Yeah. And then two, as Adama is like, we're getting the band back together. Take us to Cobol. The look from Saul Ty of I hate my fucking job.
Yeah.
I don't like where that's going. I'm pretty sure it's going to be some conflict, but also it was very funny.
Yeah.
So that's home part 1.
That's our episode.
There is more. We'll have to do it next time.
Yeah, there's home part 2, but before we get there, we gotta rate this episode.
Oh yeah, I guess we do.
Yeah, that's kind of our thing. I mean, we don't have to do shit.
That's true. It's our podcast. We make it up as we go.
Right? We've made it up as we've gone the entire time. We can keep going with that. I'm sure there's an episode we forgot to rate and we just don't even know. I promise that's happened.
Do you want to go first since I have to think?
Yeah. I like that a lot of this show is built around, I don't want to say Adama's infallibility, clearly, but that's kind of like a premise of it a little bit, like he makes a decision, it's the right decision. And to see him be so very wrong, very openly to Ty about this decision, and everyone on the crew knows this is a bad decision. Everyone in CIC is just like, this was terrible. Like, why does he have this job? That is a very important bit to start to come to light, is Adama is able to be, not only is fallible at all, but in a very consequential way.
Yeah.
Because that sets up a lot of stuff that's coming. So I like that this is kind of the kickoff of some stuff that, some of it doesn't even pay off until season 4. Like, some of this is really long building stuff with some people's reactions to things in this episode. Will pay off that late in the game. So knowing all that, looking at the story, I really like this episode. I like the world building with Cobol a bit more. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 12.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10. I was like, I don't have the continuity questions that I had in our last episode. So I couldn't really argue it low from that angle. And I do like this stuff with Adama. I see Adama as kind of a metaphor for patriarchy, right? And there is a very maybe natural, like instinctual tendency that people want to gravitate toward patriarchy, like the idea of a man in charge who seems like our father, who knows what to do at all times, is just so appealing. Like, if you don't want to challenge stuff, if you don't want to work too hard, like if you don't want to have your own personal responsibility, you want to believe that, like, Daddy will save us,
Daddy Adama, Papa Dama, save us, Papa Dama.
You want to believe Papa Dama will save us, and people do this all the time. As case in point, the world around us. We want to believe that a strong man in charge of things will lead us to victory or lead us to whatever, right? And we're, even in this narrative, with the music that they get and the speeches Adama gives, we want to believe it, right? We want to believe that if I just contribute my part and I don't have to do any more and I don't have to take extra responsibility, Daddy Adama will get us out of this. But we're seeing Daddy Adama is also a human being.
Yep.
Human beings make mistakes. And when you put them up higher in that hierarchy and the power structure, the mistakes have bigger consequences. So there's a price we pay for giving up our personal responsibility and putting it with another person above us, is that they can do more bad things, or, you know, their mistakes can have more consequences. But we feel absolved because we didn't have to do it ourselves, if that makes sense. So, very interesting. I'll sit with you on the 10 hill.
Okay. Well, while we're hanging out on this 10 hill, we should talk about next episode. We got Season 2, Episode 7, Home, Part 2. Adama heads to Kobol to find Rosalind, reassemble the fleet, and heads down to the surface of Kobol himself to find the presidential party in search of the tomb of Athena.
Wow. Okay.
I took half of this out of here.
Yeah.
From the one I found.
I made the mistake a couple episodes back of kind of glancing ahead at an episode and felt like, oh no, this is too dicey. I just have to wait for Xhafer to tell me what's going to happen. If I really want to go in as blind as possible.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm excited. I hope we do get the band back together, but it seems like nothing is ever as easy as it seems like it's going to be on Battlestar
more
Galactica.
people on Kobol. Is the blood price paid? Does more people mean more blood?
Right. Is it a
fixed
ratio cost, or is it a volume cost? Like the more we put down here, the more we're going to have to pay.
Yeah. You know, like when we landed, so we're good for a while. Or, it's like, I don't know. They're not really descriptive about how it works. Yeah. And until we can figure out our blood EBITDA, we need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll be figuring that out next week. Before we get there, we do have to say a couple of thank yous. Thanks, Jeremy Siegel. No, you're welcome. For putting together our theme music. You can find more of Jeremy's work at jeremysiegel42.bandcamp.com and on streaming services as Nuclear Jaguar.
And thanks to Angry Duck Time Machine on Instagram for the wonderful podcast artwork.
Aaron, thanks so much for editing this podcast, even when we give you a super, super tight turnaround. Really appreciate all your effort into making sure that this podcast actually happens. Thank you.
We sure do. And it was a great episode. I listened to it yesterday.
Yeah? Was it a good one? It felt like a good one when we recorded it.
It was good.
So, good.
And thanks, listener, for being here with us. You know, if you want to be here with us even more, there's always the Discord.
Join the Discord. The Discord is a blast. Genuinely, I think I say this every week. One of my favorite places on the internet. Really enjoy just hanging out and talking to people in the Discord quite a bit.
Truly, truly. I love when one of our listeners pops up and says, by the way, I know a bunch about this thing you were discussing in the episode. If you have any more questions. Big fan of that.
100%.
Yeah. I'm happy to be told I'm wrong if you're an expert in the Discord. So
for sure.
Come on in. I'll learn something. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Feel free to tell me that I'm wrong about radiation and nuclear physics. Don't tell me that I'm wrong about which way the inner core of Babylon 5 is facing. I don't care.
Yeah. I like to learn stuff about real facts. Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week, Internet.
Bye.